everybody, my name is Beth Jernigan and we're going to be playing scent games today. These games are very simple games. They can be played with a dog of any age. I'll be using my 16-week-old puppy for some of them, and I'll also be using my older dog. I have looked at every game and made sure that you have everything around your house to do the game. These do not involve odor. They're all involving food. And kibble is fine. You don't need any special treats to do these. It's just a way to have fun with your dog. And before we get started, I do want to remind you that dogs enjoy looking for food. Most of you think I'm wrong, but you would probably think that setting a bowl of food down for your dog is just as much fun for the dog as him searching and finding food. But it isn't. Dogs really enjoy looking for food. In fact, there's something called the seeking system, which talks about the brain's response to looking for food. This is very important to them when they're foraging, when they're seeking. Actually, dopamine is released into the brain. It's a very feel-good feeling. It decreases stress, it makes them happy, it increases their energy. This is all good for the dog. So this is something that you'll be adding a lot to the happiness of your dogs. And I think my dogs are pretty tired of me being home, so anything I can do to make them happy. So we're going to start out with something called a snuffle mat. Now the one you see here was actually made by Annette Hale, one of the members of our club, and it's a wonderful, wonderful mat. And you'll see me, you can actually put food in all the little crooks and crevices and then have the dog look for that. And I'm going to be using that today. Very, very nice, and I'm sure some of you have made similar mats. But some of you may not have one of these mats and may not know an easy way to get one. So in addition to using a snuffle mat, another way to do it is just use a towel. And this towel, I will say, is a little big. I think a smaller one might be a little bit better, but it's white, so I thought it would be easier for you to see what I'm doing. So basically, you're just taking the mat and you're just spreading it out, and I've got some dry kibble. This is actually my puppy's next meal. And his lunch meal he always gets in training exercises. So all I'm going to do is take a few pieces and scatter it on the mat. And then I'm going to just fold the mat, snuffle it up per se. Maybe drop a couple more pieces, put a couple more snuffles in it. And just kind of keep snuffling it up there. I dropped a piece so my dog can forage for it. Schooner's getting a little extra piece there. You can kind of move it around. And again, you can use any size mat. And you've got all kinds of little pieces hidden in here. And then in just a few minutes, I'm going to get my dog, and we're going to let the dog look for these pieces. Snuffle mat is the same way. This is my puppy's food, so I'm not going to use this food. But you would just do the same thing, and you just spread it all into the snuffles. So let's see how the dogs react to this. So here is Schooner, and he is having fun with his snuffle mat. There's lots of dry kibble in there. Really nice because I can just take part of his meal, and that's what he's going to get. And you'll see he's just finding all little nooks and crannies that might have the food in. Good boy, do you like? Now we're going to have Steppers play with his kibble mat. And this is only a second time, so he's actually going right for it. No problem there. And I don't know how well you guys can see it, but he's just looking at all the different folds and trying to find the food inside the fold. So hi everybody, this is going to be the second group of exercises that we're going to do. Some of you probably have these interactive games for your dogs. The way it works is the dog has to learn how to get the food out. So in this particular one, they have to remove the white bone and then slide the bone up to get food. And Schooner plays this game quite well, so I don't actually have food in each one. He has to go through 2 or 3 before he gets food. Again, plain kibble is fine. I'm going to put this down and we're going to have Schooner work with it. He's been doing that a lot, so that's an old game for him. Again, same as snuffle mat. Some of you may not have that available, so we can also make our own game. So what I've done in this instance, and some of you have already heard of this, it's a pretty popular game, the muffin tin game. So I took a muffin tin, and you can also use a loaf pan, whatever might work for you, and I put some kibble inside. And then what I've done is I've covered it up, and I'm purposely trying to use things that people have at home. So I put a sock in to cover part of it, I put a little toy in, I put a big Tupperware thing, put some tops to Tupperware. Here's another top. Here's a little Tupperware container. And these are all things that the dogs would have to move out of the way in order to get their food. Now, Scuppers loves tennis balls. A lot of people like to use 6 tennis balls. Great idea. If I did that with Scupper, he wouldn't want to play the game because he's all about tennis balls at this point. So I'm going to, as you see, Schooner's doing good. He's getting his toys out. And I'm actually going to give him a chance to play this game too. Good. We're going to switch. There, now what are you going to do? He's never played this game before, so it's going to be good to see whether or not he can figure it out. And it looks like he is. Scuppers has never played this game, so I actually left one of the muffin tin areas blank, and we'll just see if he can figure it out. There, he found the blank one. Again, this is new, it smells, and he doesn't know exactly how to get it, but like any typical terrier, if nothing else, he will just tear it all apart. There, good job! Scuppers, that was good! Can you find any more? Yeah! Yes, that was good! Can you find any more? Good job. The last thing we're going to do is a kibble trail. A couple different ways to do this. One way is actually to make a trail. This can be done outside, and every 2 to 3 feet you put a piece of food. The dog can find it in the grass on the road. Because we're in Florida and because of the ants and all the bugs, I don't tend to do kibble trails outside. But it could be done going from your kitchen to your dining room to your living room. Every few feet you'll have a... So he's found one in the crate. Good job. That was behind the Coke can. And there's another one on that box. So good job. It's just looking, again, the whole idea is this is more fun for them than you handing the food to them. Believe it or not. Okay, so let's see what Scuppers will do. So he's looking, he finds the one in the crate right away. That's because I'm also doing crate training, so he knows that sometimes going to a crate's a good thing. Getting a couple right there on the ground. Yeah, looking. And this is what it is. It's just having fun looking around for things. It's good to challenge them if they'll go under something. He got that on top of the box, but it fell, so now he's problem solving. How am I gonna get my treat? And he found it. Nice job. And is he afraid of the chair? Nope, goes right under it, no problem there. Really fun with puppies because they're excited about searching, and you can put some novelty items out and see if they'll go ahead and search around the novelty items. It's very good. This last game, I'm only going to play with Scuppers because Schooner at this point in nose work could have food out on the course that he should not eat. So all I have is a lot of bowls here, and I'm just going to set Scuppers down and he can search through the bowls for the food. Good job. Good boy, yeah. It's just looking around. Good boy. Good job. Lots of variation to this. One of the things you can do is you can engage with him. Start moving the bowls around quite a bit. Make a lot of noise so he doesn't know where you're putting the kibble. And I've made it easy. I'm always putting the kibble in the blue and the purple ones. But it gets moved, so he's got to run quick because he doesn't know what's happening to his kibble. Just keeps them engaged, gives them something to do. You like that? Well, that's it for this session. I hope everyone enjoyed learning some new scent games that they can play with their dogs. I know the dogs will enjoy it. Next session, I'll be looking at how to add odor so you can play some games with your dogs using odor. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We're going to go through the pantry and see what we can find. Until then, please send us your videos, post them, let me know if you have any questions, and enjoy being with your dogs. Bye.